You're watching News 9's special edition Global Lens, your top destination for all the global developments. And our top focus at this hour. After 1 year, India's deadliest aviation disaster, including flight Air India 171, is back in the spotlight. A nation that watched in horror as an Air India Dreamliner plunged into disaster, killing 260 people, is still waiting for the truth. And now, just weeks before the anniversary of the Ahmedabad crash, investigators are preparing to drop a far more explosive, not final, but an interim report. Sources say that this report will go beyond the brief 15-page preliminary findings released last year and could reveal chilling new details about the final seconds before the catastrophe. The Boeing 787 Dreamliner had barely taken off for London when both engine fuel switches reportedly flipped almost simultaneously. Within moments, the engines were starved of fuel. The aircraft turned into a falling coffin in the sky. And then came the haunting cockpit recording. According to early US assessments, one pilot is heard questioning the other about the fuel cutoff, fueling speculation that the switches may have been moved manually inside the cockpit. But AAIB has refused to draw any final conclusions so far in India, insisting that the probe is far from over. And now the new interim report is expected to dig deeper into whether this was a human error, system failure, or something even more alarming. Because in a shocking twist, another Air India Dreamliner incident earlier this year has once again put Boeing's fuel switches under the scanner. In February, pilots operating a London to Bengaluru Air India flight reportedly noticed the engine fuel switches behaving abnormally during startup. The switches allegedly failed to stay locked in the run position during multiple attempts. A chilling similarity, a disturbing coincidence, or a major clue investigators cannot ignore anymore. DGCA is now preparing to send officials to Seattle, where Boeing will conduct sensitive testing on the same fuel switches systems now central to the crash investigation. And here's the big question shaking the aviation world tonight. How can world's most advanced passenger jets couldn't detect the technical flaw? For the families of the 260 victims, every unanswered question is another wound reopened. And as far as the anniversary approaches, the pressure is now mounting on investigators, Air India and Boeing. Because somewhere inside the wreckage of flight AI-171 lies the truth behind a disaster that still haunts India's skies. I'm being joined by Captain S.S. Panesar, who's an aviation expert and a former director of Flight Safety Indian Airlines. So welcome to my show. The first question that I want to ask you is for the viewers to understand, what do you think that this interim report is now going to reveal about the crash?
Nancy, let me tell you one thing. Very honestly, the day this crash took place, after 2 days, I wrote a letter to the Chief Justice, Supreme Court of India.
Okay.
Let there be judicial inquiry in this crash.
Right.
But they did not order any judicial inquiry. It is a domestic inquiry. All the investigators were appointed by the government, Secretary Home Affairs, Secretary Civil Aviation, and Secretary Police Commissioner, and then the directors that was issuing the airport. They are none of them is experienced to investigate incident. They are only depending on the brickbats to get the benefit from the Boeing company and Air India by not blaming them. If you'd asked me, I would have made a report even before the crash. They would have blamed, no, they are going to blame the pilots because pilots are not there. They are dead and gone. They are not here to defend themselves. So this inquiry, nothing is based in the last word will be, is the fault of the pilot who tried to put the switch off, fuel lever off. Let me prove any pilot within 30 seconds of takeoff, we can put the fuel lever to off position. This particular aircraft had 3 times the same snag before this crash, but they never reported to the Boeing company. Why? Why didn't they report to the Boeing company? No, they will not blame the Boeing company or Air India because they are waiting for some jobs or some benefits from the Boeing company and Air India. They will never blame them. They'll blame the pilot because he's gone. He's not there to defend himself. This report will be, I can give you one line. They'll say it is the pilot to be blamed for this crash. Pilot could not, he tried to save the passenger, but there was no place to land on ground where he can put the aircraft down.
Okay.
Just it happened 30 seconds after takeoff. It's a matter of shame that we wanted a judicial inquiry. They have not ordered for judicial. Why they have not ordered judicial inquiry? None of them is expert in investigating incident and accident. It is just to make a mockery of the investigation and just to pacify the public that it was the pilot's fault.
But Mr. Panesar, do you think that there was an oversight by the authorities related to some technical snags? Do you think that there were some technical issues, but even though it might have been reported by the concerned authorities, but nobody, paid heed to it?
See, if there was any snag and all that, why earlier the same snag happened twice in the same
Right.
aircraft? Why they have not reported to the Boeing company? They just rebooted the system and cleared the aircraft. They should inform the Boeing company at that time. No, if they blame the Boeing company, they might have to ground all the 787 over the world, which they will never do it. They will just, the one good investigation report will be by these people who have never done any investigation in their life, nor they know anything about the technical of the high-tech aircraft, not the high-tech pilot. They are just going to blame the pilot. The pilot, he should have not done this thing. He should have put the fuel lever. Nobody does fuel lever off after takeoff. What is this inquiry? It is just a mock-up inquiry just to pacify the public, make a fool of everybody. None of them is expert to investigate. Why they have not judicial inquiry? Let everybody come. We will file an affidavit to the experts and veterans will come out with their opinions and all that about this crash.
Right.
The best thing is to pacify the public and the ministry and everybody. The pilots have to be blamed. That's all.
Right. But Mr. Panisar, even after a year, all we are getting is one interim report. Why do you think that there's so much of delay in releasing a final report? Because the families of the 260 victims, including the family of the pilot, are there awaiting answers that what actually went wrong?
No, they must be due to the Boeing company and the Air India company. They must be waiting some benefits from them. Unless they have received the benefit, they will not make a report. I told you I could have made a report even before the crash. I would have blamed the pilots. They are just waiting for their benefit. They want some job after retirement. They want job for their children or themselves in these companies, and they will give the. They have no guts to blame the Boeing company. This is just a mock-up investigation, just to pacify the public that this was the pilot's fault. Pilots are dead and gone. They are not here to defend themselves. I will appreciate the pilot. He tried his level best to save the passenger and aircraft, but there was no ground in front of them. He could have put the aircraft on the ground. Just after takeoff, few seconds, the aircraft took place. Let any pilot come and prove it. Tell me in the public, yes, I can put the fuel lever off after 10 seconds, 30 seconds and still save the aircraft. Can any pilot prove it? They have selected one pilot from Air India during this investigation. I want him to come and prove it after takeoff, put the fuel lever up and on. Let's see whether he can save the aircraft. They are all working for protection of the Boeing company and Air India. They will not blame them. Please take it for granted. There should have been a judicial inquiry. It's just a mock-up. It's just a mock-up inquiry. I'll make a report even before the crash. This could happen. The pilots have to be blamed. That's all. It's a very sad incident now. But we have to bear everything what they say because it
Right.
is the government and the order of the day how we are working today.
Correct. Mr. Panisar, but as an aviation expert, we have all seen the CCTV video. We have all seen the wreckage. What do you think that must have gone wrong in those last 30 seconds of the air crash?
See, Nancy, they have not put the fuel lever off. It
Okay.
is just these aircraft are now controlled by the electrical system. There must be some moisture and all that with the electrical contact, miscontact, both the engines fail together. By putting one fuel lever off, you mean say the other engine will also go off? The pilot did not put both the fuel lever off. Both the engine went off together. Why? This is the main question to be investigated. How the both engines simultaneously went back in the power. Does these investigators, Secretary Home Affairs, Secretary Civil Aviation, and Director General who issue airport passes, and Police Commissioner, let me uh, ask them one question, how both engines can fail? Let them prove it. Let any pilot from Air India come and take off on a Boeing 787 and try to put both the fuel lever off. Is it possible? Let the pilots come and unfortunately, pilots have no union now. They have broken the union. Nobody is going to question them. Only way out was to find out the real cause of the accident to order a judicial inquiry. One member of parliament died in a road accident near Safdarjung Airport. They ordered a high-level sitting judge of High Court to investigate that accident. Here, 260 people died. They did not want a judicial inquiry. Why? Can anybody answer that? It's a matter of great concern, grave concern that we are sitting quiet and public is just going to accept this report. Secretary Home Affairs, ask him, has he seen the cockpit? What does he mean by the gear? Ask what is gear. Let the secretary tell me what is meant by gear. How many gears they have? If they know the aircraft, they know nothing about this investigation. This report is made for their own benefit so that they have a retirement benefit from the Boeing company and Air India.
Well,
I'm
as
sorry to say my opinion is my opinion, personal
no,
opinion. It can
absolutely,
be.
sir.
Firstly, the aircraft investigation board also had given the same report, pilot's fault. How they have come to know? Who are the experts? Can they name any expert in DGCA who can investigate the incident, who has done a training in investigation of incident and accidents? None of them is qualified.
Right.
It is the NTSB in America, which are fully qualified people who keep for the investigation of accidents. Do they have such people? I believe they enrolled one pilot from 787 commander for investigation, but he's also going to be in favor of Boeing company. He does not have the guts to talk against the Boeing company or Air India company. They are looking forward for some perks and benefits from these companies. That's all.
But Mr.
Thank
Pani,
you, Nancy.
but Mr. Pani sir, I just before I let you go, you are entitled to your opinions, and I completely get that you're trying to say that the pilot could not have done anything wrong because it was a a short span of time for a pilot to even react. There must have been some technical faults, but as the now country is awaiting the interim report, do you think that this report will somehow give some clues, or it might reveal some failure from the part of the authorities as well as to what went wrong? Was there an oversight? What was the exact problem? Do you think that this interim report is going to help in the investigation in any way?
Nancy, I agree with you. The International Civil Aviation Organization investigation, it says all accident must be investigated for and not for any punity purpose. It should be investigated to find out the exact cause of the crash so that to take measures such things should not happen in future. But can they recommend these people? What recommendation they're going to give? They're just going to say, pilot, I put the switch off so both the engine went off. Can they recommend what to do next? Do they? I have seen in the past inquiry, the Ministry of Solution given recommendation report of 540 pages. I'm sure they have not read even one page but signed the report. Who are the experts who gave the recommendation report? See, there are a lot of mess in the civil aviation in India. They have made a mockery of aviation in India. This investigation report is just a mock-up report for their own benefit by the Boeing company and Air India.
Thank you so much, Captain S.S. Panisa, for joining me on the broadcast with your meaningful insights and your opinions. Right now, all eyes are awaiting the interim report by the AIB on whether what happened on that haunting day.
Okay. Thank you.